Oh, okay. No worries. I'm sorry. So, welcome everyone. Hi, Saiken. So most of the time I'm gonna do certain no. Okay. You can record my stuff, yeah. Yeah. So most of the time I'm going to do something with the board, because it's to support people who are actually using the board. And those who actually don't know what is the board means, is actually a chatbot that I created for Qimen usage. Is somehow looks like a date selections type of achievement date selections type of application. Okay, how many of you guys still don't know and never touched my bot before? Type of one. Even though I'm talking about achievement executions here. Anyone who don't know my bot? A chat bot. What? Number one. Okay, I'm gonna send this link to all of you guys. So it's actually functions just like you're chatting with somebody. Okay, so I'm gonna put this into the chat, but let me find the link because I don't know how to find the link here. Uh, hmm. Because the username in search of this. Wait. Suddenly I'm actually a bit don't know what I'm doing. Bot user, the link. Okay, so this is my link. I'm gonna show you guys the bot, how it actually looks like. Okay, so that you actually have some sort of usage with this. Most of the time, those who are not familiar with Telegram, you might not know how to use this. So it acts like a achievement plotter, but it got a lot more other functions. When you go in, you have to do registrations with your name, email, because this one will be subscribed, and then you got a chance to retrieve this account from Telegram as well. So just need to remember your account. So this is my bot, achievement bot, just a short introductions. So we got those who are actually free, you will get the 6 battalion as the first place. So this will be the green dragon return and all these formations will coming out for you to use. So when you click on it, it will actually show you the nearest one that's going to be available to you guys to actually perform it, to use it. Yeah. I know that today, I'm not gonna talk about flying bird in the cave and green dragon return. I'm gonna talk about um, Qimen technique, usage of technique rather than just the formations name. So the date selection things I'm gonna leave it to this board, and you guys gonna use with the board on your own self. Yeah. So free account you will get formations. Those who actually paid you will get others related formations. Choosing the date for you guys, sees whether what you want to use. Recently, there is, I think a lot of you guys who using the board find the simple forecast has been extremely useful, especially the winning probability, which is I myself use it as well. Okay, so this is a simple forecast that's gonna available for those who actually buy the premium account. Okay, so premium is 35 USD. The elite, the achievement destiny is still not yet done yet. Yeah. So I'm very sorry to disappoint some of you guys. It just too complicated to come up with. Yeah. Okay. So this is the simple forecasting. When you click on it, it will directly tell you uh, is it a okay sign or is it a avoid? So avoid means it's not good. Okay, so instructions will give you the ideas of what is mean by the avoid, what is mean by okay. Yeah, so everything is actually inside the board. Yeah. So we are gonna focus on, of course, other thing is like manifesting emergency directions. For our this particular 2 day sessions and the other one on the Thursday, we are going to focus on emergency directions. Some of it you're going to use emergency directions. Another one you guys are going to use is this, what I call the pathfinder. Okay, this is what I call the pathfinder. This is also one sort of the date selection, which is just 3 days ahead of you. What is it that there's a good formations to utilize? And how that you want to use it, yeah? So we are going to focus on this two particularly. Okay, yeah, so the Qimen for the Qimen strategy execution. Okay, it's the short introduction. Yeah, let's go back. So all of you guys can actually play with it, register with it after this. You're going to just click on it, okay, play around with it. I got a lot of YouTube was actually talking about this bot as well. So once that you purchase it, you can have a reference on YouTube, like this type of sharing, which is also I conduct it to support the bot. Okay, yeah. Now, so how many of you guys heard about these strategy executions? That will be a very good questions to ask first, so I can gauge whatever level that you guys actually is. How many of you guys listen to just give you a yes and no questions is better, right? So how many of you guys feel that Qimen strategy execution is the same with doing date selections to manifest? Type of one. How many of you guys feel it that way? Yeah. Oh, I got 80 plus people, yeah. Nobody actually responding. It's very disappointing. Yeah. LY turns, icons, and everything. Okay, what if I tell you? Yeah. Kayla will totally say, don't know what is Qimen. Okay. The question is, how many of you guys feel that strategic executions is basically date selections to do manifestation? How many guys feel it? So Geylang is totally don't know what is Qimen strategy executions. Okay. Yeah. Similar but slightly different. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys a whole new set of application. Really like an art of war. Okay, really like an art of war. Yeah. So in an art of war means that now you're going to utilize the entire chart to do enemy positioning your enemy, and how is it that you're gonna be gaining the power in that situation. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys that kind of that sort of technique throughout these 2 days. Yeah. So when it sense to talk about art of war, this is always something I want to emphasize. Yeah. The true usage of strategic execution, it doesn't really care. It doesn't really like care so much about the other person's feelings and stuff like that. You might want to be in the positions that you benefit from that situation. So there will be situations where an enemy must be put inside the chart. Yeah, there's an enemy must be put inside the chart and you need to take a position. So it's like a chess playing with the lawsuit chart with the 9 boxes, place where you are. Okay, so before we go to those sophisticated one, I'm going to give you the normal version that normally you guys learn about. I'm going to talk about that part, yeah? Okay, now, so as an introductions of Qimen, I'm going to talk about this. This is like a framework that I come up with, and I think this framework are very good in somehow in a lot of practices. Okay, so Qimen originally is just a forecast chart. forecasting related applications. So when I say that means that all Qimen is a form of forecasting. Okay, it's always used to look into the 9 box and forecast the event that happened. Yeah, so if you're going to use it as strategic executions, you are also the highest level. Highest level is when you pick a chart. If you got a way to pick a chart in the future, you're going to pick a forecasting type of strategic execution. Okay, so you need to understand the component inside the chart. Who is killing who? I like to use the words killing. It means who diminish who is gonna be controlling who, exhausting who in the chart. So all the 4 realms that you guys learned before, I'm not going to talk about this anymore because the attribute of the deity, the stars, the doors, and the stem, I probably is not going to be talking about that anymore in these 2 days. Maybe I will go through just a little bit of them to give you an ideas how to utilize that. Okay, I'm not going to talk about the component and stuff like that because this 2 days somehow is just application. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the secret of Qimen chart usage that was not being shared a lot in the market. Okay, so I'm sharing this for free. I was thinking about that. This is supposed to be a class content, not supposed to be sharing in this way, but never mind. Yeah, to make it interesting, to make you realize that how powerful that the strategic executions can be, it must come from understand the chart usage, which is what I say a chart technique. Chart technique means you're going to use everything within the lawsuit chart to interact each other. Okay, so I'm going to share this part of it to you guys. Yeah, is not really you might feel that this is out of war. We really don't care about who is it the enemy is. We are not going to be compassionate with our enemy because when you use this kind of technique, you're not going to do that. Okay, so all chart come from forecasts. Forecast means are you in good situations or good positions or not? That's it. Yeah, so this is the beginning usage. Yeah, good positioning is the beginning usage. Forecast your enemy in the chart is another level. Force your enemy to perform what the chart indicate is your personal superpower. Okay, the most greatest one, like Zhuge Liang, the most greatest one, is basically the one who can trigger the enemy to perform according to the chart. So when you can trigger the person perform the chart energy, the worst of the worst thing in the chart can be done. Then you will be able to look into the chart which way can attack the person. Okay, strategic execution is an art of war. So I just want you guys to forget about it, about thinking that it is a date selection. Okay, because strategic executions was meant to be a date selection. Yeah, but it is not. Okay, yeah. So forecast, you got directions. Okay, I never thought feng shui is part of directions. Okay, so house is feng shui. This is actually part of directions. Spiritual is about your cultivations, your manifestation. Personalized to use your own destiny chart, your birthday chart is going to telling about what your subconscious able to do. Okay, and this is the strategy executions was meant to be a date selection. Yeah, were meant to be a date selections. Yeah. So whatever that I tell you just now, your lawsuit chart is part of feng shui application. So the lawsuit chart can be coming from house, from the entire map, or you can say this is a battlefield. Okay, and then go into the table that you have. Yeah, or before the table, maybe is a room. Every space can draw 9 boxes. Every single space can draw 9 boxes. So when you use strategy executions, you know that it is talking about sectors and directions. Okay, yeah. So people also use this to forecast universe message, because sometimes certain thing can happen around you based on the sectors, and achievement chart will tell you what is this message actually is. Okay, so there's the feng shui part. Yeah, so the date selections means that what date to perform what kind of actions. Combine, yeah, date and actions is together. And if you combine the lawsuit chart positioning with the date selection, you get out of war. Yeah, you basically get an out of war. If you combine your destiny chart to use it like actions and date, you get life mastery. Yeah, that's why it's strategy executions was commonly known as the date selection. Commonly known. Yeah. Now, so just to give you guys something new perspective of strategy execution in an art of war. Yeah. So this is a little bit background story of how Zhuge Liang or how the Liu Bowen and everybody else in the olden day, how they use the lawsuit chart. Okay, use the 8 sectors to attack and to defend. Yeah. So if you are interested with all this, right? So you can actually go back and go find research and Google and stuff like that, and you will realize that they always call their attack fire attack, water attack, earth attack, or metal attack. They always call that attack in somehow relate to the 5 element. Basically, it has its meaning from the lawsuit chart as well. So they also put their what we call they also put their formations, the army formations, to replicate the element. Okay, yeah. So the army formations means that, oh, this is okay. Let's just say this is a fire related. So this is going to pierce through the enemy. Okay, you can get a metal related, which is round shape for defense. Fire can be for attack. Water can be chaos type of attack. Water is chaos type attack, means that you are not organized. It seems like everyone run here and there. They are not really organized to miss or bring chaos to people. Now, this will become interesting when you look into Qimen STEM. Yeah, it will become interesting when you look into Qimen STEM, because it also tells you the same part. Water relate to Gui water and also the Ren water. So these two, in the army perspective, this is the two that bring chaos, brings fear. Before the war happened, already the fear started off. That is coming from the Ren water. When the war already started to make everybody in a chaos, can never realize who, is the mist and fog coming from the Gui water. Yeah, so a lot of things that we learn are basically coming from this. Now you will realize that the name, if you guys are Chinese, right, you then realize that the name is what we call in Qimen the 9 force. 9 force means Gao Dun, the 9 Dun formations and structures. So this is something very interesting when you align them together. Somehow just is basically just being created before. Yeah. So in the olden day, of course, the 5 element will going to be their army formations, how they attack. If they are the advisor, they're going to look into the battlefield and to see what is the opponent is trying to do, what kind of element they are trying to attack, what is the element they are trying to use. Yeah. So if you look back, right, and then just think back a little bit, if I say like that, right, this is the reason why that in our version of Chinese traditional war, there's always these strategies beside. Okay, when you look into Westerner, I most likely think that the commander is the one who know how to fight the war. But in our Chinese, we always have all this advisor. We call it war advisor that's beside us. They are going to tell you that, okay, now we're trying to predict what is it going to attack from the other party. And to realize that element, you can use another element to counter it. Okay, now this will be a very interesting for you to have a look. Okay, if you're interested on that part. But strategic executions come from here. That's why the 9 box, the Lawsuit chart becomes so much more important if you want to do strategic execution. Yeah. So this is the 9 related 9. This is the 5 realm of our achievement chart. It got secret behind of this because each of this represent one type of strategies. I'm not going to explore that with you. Okay, it's most likely the one that we are going to use is only this. Okay, most likely we are going to use is only this, only the terrain, or maybe the general, because we are going to talk about whether the chart, that one, comply to the rules or not. Is it strong enough to control or not? We are going to talk about the general and the terrain, right? Of course, these two sides, if you guys are learning Qimen, how to say, you try to bring solution box and advice to the person, right? You basically can choose these two, which is the deity as the solution, or the stars to give solution to the person. Yeah. So the deity, what kind of solution you want to give as an art of war is this? Strength of belief, enhance the vision or spirit of everyone to fight. Okay. If you get into a heaven, means that you use the 9 stars, you basically need to use some sort of like an environment type of application or solution. Okay. Yeah. So when I give you that, it will lead into a lot of understanding about how Qimen was used as solution box, the bridging element. Okay. Yeah. So this is only for just a bit of introductions. Yeah. Now, so this is the strategy execution that follow that part. I'm just putting it in because I feel like, yeah, it's better to do this part, right? So my sharing this today is going to be positioning, very important. Rules and regulations is to talk about whether the chart is good or bad to use. And of course, the date selections. Yeah, because there's certain rules to follow. There's a lot of rules if you want to play Art of War. Yeah. So command is an action taking. So I'm going to talk about this 4 thing in these 2 days. Yeah. Now, anything you guys want to ask? You guys can ask. Yeah. One questions can lead into another thing. Yeah. Okay. So the first thing to talk about is positioning. In Qimen, means that certain directions that you are in right now. So example that you're doing a forecast about a chart. You're doing a forecast about a chart, huh? So you yourself, maybe the asker box is here. And then the outcome box is actually here. Correct? Yeah. So positioning means that if you forecast like that and you are seated or at the east sectors, or you're coming from the east, or based on what you're trying to do with the execution, yeah? okay, you are going to diminish this person, okay, the outcome. So the southwest will be attacked by the east. That is called positioning. So normally in Qimen, the way that we, the normal way of usage is, oh, we just back face, correct? I'm going to talk about that, yeah? We just back face, or we're just going to do maybe in a table, maybe in the room, right? But to really win over someone, the energies that you take in, or you adopt, or you embrace, that energies that you have will conquer the other party. Okay, so you need to be a bit smart when you're using strategy executions. Means that you basically need to plan ahead of time that way that you want to put this person in, and where that person actually is, and which sector that you want to take over. So in a war, it's like positioning. Yeah. So the picture that you see right now is like this. So this picture, if you look into the current war, the warfare and all this infantry and all these war-related unit, correct? They still have their own weaknesses against some, okay, against something. Yeah. So one particular unit cannot overly win or overwhelm certain situation. Yeah. So it looks the same for the current war unit. You got tank, you got the warship, you got the air, yeah, and you got the infantry, the footmen. There's gonna be having their own function in everywhere. Okay, so this is what we call positioning. So strategic execution is the most important is know where you are and know where your enemy is. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna talk about this. It's always about the chart usage. It's always the chart usage. You always need to know how you're gonna benefit from this chart that you open. Okay, of course, when you learn magical achievement, yeah, you can learn magic achievement. You can turn your positioning by doing something. That one is those who learn the magic achievement. You know that you basically can change. Okay, yeah. So this is what I call the victim and the winner positioning. Yeah. So this is how it actually looks like. Okay. Sometimes the victim fall into a category. They are going into some problem. Whatever that they own will pass to you. Okay, will basically pass to you. Some situation, there's gonna be a reverse situation. Yeah, the opponent is already winning. How are you gonna be turning the table around? Okay, and of course, there is a positions like just now that I'm talking about, whereas you're gonna attack the other party, right? So maybe this is because the metal is gonna chop wood, right? Yeah, so you're gonna be overpowering the opponent. Okay, if you add on the because Sun Tzu Art of War, the Sun Tzu, they got a basic element was basic explanations of war, that if you are stronger from the other party, you just appear, the other party will submit to you. If you have a same ranking with the other party, correct, you need to wait for the other party to maybe make a wrong move. You're going to attack the person. If the enemy is stronger than you, okay, if the enemy is stronger than you, what are you going to do? You're going to wait the enemy to make mistake. You're going to make friend with this enemy just to stay beside him, to gain informations, to gain weaknesses. And then one day when the things happen align with your flow, you're gonna to push the button and, of course, trying to do something to bring the person down. Okay, so if you learn Sun Tzu, somehow like a base, this is the basic of it, then you will know that in the chart, you will have a more control of the chart, how to utilize the chart to the max. Yeah, how to utilize the chart to the max, yeah? So that you know that if it's I'm going to take over this, I'm going to attack you. That's it. I'm stronger than you. There's no need for me to do a lot of things. I just need to appear, and then you're going to be having an issue. Yeah. So this is an example, whatever that you see right now. So this is, let's just say this is the winner, the one that is stronger. It's very important to know that you are stronger, because normal strategy execution is used to backface the strong power. Okay? Yeah. So when you're going to be stronger than your enemy, you just appear, the enemy is gonna go away. It's gonna submit to you. But when you are on the same level, like just say same level, this is the situations of same level. You want to turn the whole situations around, you need to wait there. Wait, this person gonna have a problem. And then when the things happen, you're gonna strike. Okay? If the opponent somehow, how to say, a bit weaker, a bit weaker means that you're going to position your victim on the side, and you're going to wait this person fall into problem and give everything to you. Okay? Yeah, so this is a way. So if this is, because I'm just giving you a positioning understanding. Okay? Any questions with this? Yeah, we're not looking into the component in the chart yet. We're not going to look into the chart, but actually to look into the chart is very easy. Some of you guys will learn the board with me, correct? If we go back to the board, how to know whether the person or where do you want to put this person in, the locations that you want to put in, yeah? Am I seeing this? Okay. Yeah. How to know when you're going to go out with these friends, you're going to be selling somebody something, you want him to make decision fast, strategy execution, yeah? So normally we will pick the good thing. Where is the good thing? Okay, this is good. So when you learn the board with me, I'll tell you that, this is all the bad thing. When you see this 4H, it represents the harm. Okay, straight applications. Yeah. So every time you open a chart, okay, where should I sit? How am I going to get more power, more authority within this chart? And how is it the other party will be a little bit weaker than me by just sitting on a table? Or maybe I'm going to do meeting somebody in some place. What directions I need to go? Okay, so you use the box and you open a compass, and of course you're going to either back face the southeast, or the table itself, you're going to sit on the southeast. Yeah, and then of course, if you're smart enough, you're going to put chair only on the location. Let's change the color. Only on the sectors there's a little bit weak compared to yours. So you don't put them in any good sectors at all. Strategy executions. Okay? Yeah. So of course you're gonna pick one that's worst of the worst. Worst of the worst. Because normally you guys will learn Qimen, you know that, I know that snake is not good. I know that white tiger not good. Right? So this 4 harm also come together with the chief. This one come together with the 9 heaven. This is still good sectors. Cannot. So I'm gonna pick those that is not good. Okay. Usually say can't understand. Oh, it's good. You can't understand. Yeah. So it's a placement. So I'm going to explain that part. I'm just giving you the shortest moment of that. Yeah. Shortest moment of introductions to hear how to actually use this. Okay. So the first thing to learn is positioning. I'm going to tell you more about this. Yeah. Okay. Ken was saying that put enemy in northeast plus not good style would counter the earth. Correct. So do you know what you learn just based on this simple explanation? This is really used for war. Yeah? This is basically used for war. So those olden days traditional master, they will actually put they will basically put that particular camp. Yeah, where is your the whole camp, the war camp base in that particular sectors before attacking. Traditionally, they will basically do that. Yeah. And got other secret. Last time they don't use so many chart. Last time they only use 72 chart or 80 something chart. Okay. They don't use 1080 chart. So it's like more like a period of time. Okay. More like a period of time. Yeah. So then when if you learn more, you will realize that it's talking about the Dun chart. Every Dun have one chart that play the main role. So they don't use everything. They just use the Dun chart. And that Dun chart represent the wall. Okay? Yeah. So GG, learning something new will be like this. Will be like this. So just now only I share something into my Pastor Mentor group. I say that the ability, I was sharing the ability to discern something, yeah, to understand some part of the whatever the people teaching or whatever it is, yeah, is to be there, curious about what the other person is saying, what is the intentions of the usage, and then the third part, I think is the most important part, is transform everything into your own language. You're not trying to understand what I'm teaching you, but you're trying to understand the concept behind of it based on what you already know. So you can come from the perspective not Qimen, not metaphysics. You can come from the perspective of your daily life. Correct? So for you, maybe that, okay, this is too hard for you. What is your daily life actually happening? Your job in the office, correct? Your office have hierarchy system as well. Okay, correct? Yeah, your office has a hierarchy system as well. So you got your boss, you got the lowest general worker, and then you got the people and manager, supervisor, correct? Of course, this guy is gonna have problem with this guy because this guy maybe attack the guy. Yeah, so that is what happened in your life. And you can use the same concept to understand what everyone is actually teaching. Ability to discern. First, curious of what is the person is sharing. Second, look into the intentions of usage. So I'm telling you that this is for attacking. And I'm telling you that the simplest form, yeah, that you place somebody in the weak spot and you place yourself at a good energy locations. And then now, if a war happen, you're gonna be supported by the universe law. And this guy also gonna be supported by universe law, but is the weakest one. Correct? So once you understand that, I'm telling you how to use your way of discerning. Yeah? So the third step is, okay, yeah, then you use it on your own word. Yeah. So boss worker, like that. Okay. How to know which is a weak box? I already tell you, right? Every time you see the 4H that is only available in my forecasting, or unless you learn about the 4-harm, okay? When you see the 4H, you just place the person there. Okay, and you take a sector that doesn't have any 4H. That's it. So if you learn the element interactions, you're going to attack the person. Of course, like what just now Ken was saying, if this is wood element, this is earth element, this one got 4 harm, and this one also got 4 harm. This one protected by the chief. This one is all the bad one. Of course, you're going to place him here, and then you're going to wood. Your energy is going to attack the person. Okay? Then strategy execution is just like that. No need to learn other things. Okay? That's the easiest one. Unless you want more details, why this, why that. Then you go further ahead. Okay? We know what we're saying. We look in the chart, identify different sectors. When you're meeting your position yourself, there's a sector support you. Yes. And your enemy or your competitor in a weaker position. Okay, so your stronger positions, you're going to win over the challenger. Yeah, so if they are not in a weaker positions, then you will not be having the advantage. So it's good to plan everything early. Good to plan everything as early as possible. Go early. Go there. Pick the place to sit down. Where is this place? This place belong to me. I'm going to use this. Okay? Understand? Good, yeah? Yeah. How to manually find 4 harm? I'm going to share some in this topic as well. Okay? So no worry on that part. Yeah? Now, so this is the interactions that people not really knowing it. Okay. Yeah. Looking into this is good, yeah? But this is some of the details. Okay? Produce in, allow the person to help you, means that whatever the person don't want, they can give to you. Producing out, you're gonna be having an ungrateful punishment situations. Means that you keep on giving energy out, you're not gonna get the situation, right? Counter in, they're gonna attack you, and they're gonna take the form. Normally, you just need to embrace it. Okay, countering out is when you want to conquer the other party. You're gonna win over the other party, maybe an argument. Okay, yeah, or maybe other related component. It can be used in legal, but you need to know what kind of plan, what kind of technique that you want to apply. Yeah, what kind of technique you want to apply, what kind of date selections you want to apply. Okay, same element. This one probably is not going to be useful in this situation. Okay, unless still got function. Huh? So a lot of people don't really realize that same element is not really as good as it seems. Same element means that you got a big portions of maybe wealth that represent 100%. So you got same element, you got 2 box, you and Asker and the enemy. This 100% is going to be shared among you two. That means you get 50 and then the other person get 50. Unless you want to be in this situation and you are in the losing side and there's no recovery of who you are, then you can use the same element. Okay, unless to have an equal sharing or actually to gain more sharing. I know what you guys are thinking about when I talk about this. This is always the asset, the view from your fathers and ancestors, the money that's gonna pass down. What is the percentage that you get? Okay, same element we'll be getting in that way. Okay, good, yeah. So let's give you some background here because I'm not really going to a lot of basic details. Yeah. So this is the 5-element relationship. Okay, 5-element relationship. So when you see this is called counter This is called produce. This is called weakening. Okay, the word weakening is nicer. Yeah, this is called the 5 element. Yeah? Nice interpretation. Shortcut, yeah, because too many things to talk about in 2 hours. I don't think I can finish. Yeah. So this is the producing out. So if you are like you are fire and the other person is the earth, right? This is you, and this is the enemy. Yeah. When you produce out, you're gonna exhaust you. This is called weakening. Yeah. But if the position shift, this is the enemy, and this is you, there's gonna be whatever that this enemy have in the end is gonna be going to you. You're gonna be benefit from it. Yeah, 5 element interactions. Yeah. When countering, most likely countering is the aggressive type of attack. So there's no more talk, no more smooth sailing. Now it's an aggressive type of situation, and we're gonna attack each other. That's it. So you're gonna hold into a good position that you're strong enough, and the other person is weak enough. Then you will be able to win that particular war. Okay, can hear you talk this. I don't want. Okay, yeah. Any questions until here? Any questions until here? Is it interesting like that? Is it interesting like that? Because it's gonna be a whole different way of usage. Oh, good, yeah. So why is it that I will talk about this topic? There's a reason that I want to talk about this topic. So I always go out. I always come across people come and ask me that, should I walk facing or should I back facing? Should I move into that directions? Okay, I realize that people don't really have awareness of how strategic executions was being used. They don't, yeah? Okay. GG just now, just tell you, right? It's good for court, it's good for legal, right? It's good for meeting in office. If you're trying to, in the office, you want to fight your other colleague, you're going into a fight, some unfairness things is happening, you want to fight with it, and this is the way of usage. Okay? Yeah. Don't I always like to tell people that do not try to like always depends everything on this. You must have your own standing. If you are already wrong and you're trying to use it to conquer the other person, it's not gonna happen anything. Okay? Yeah. Why is it like that? Because when you talk about art of war, it's talking about how prepared the general is. Now you are like a war advisor. Okay, looking into all these things happening around the lawsuit chart and all this Qimen chart. Yeah. So you need to know your capabilities, your own abilities, your own genuine authenticity about the situation. If you're already bad, you're gonna use this on that. It's gonna backfire you somehow, I think. Okay. Yeah. Fisher was saying human mobility directions. Yeah, this is one way of it. So I'm going to give you a few later on. Okay? Yeah. Now, next. Yeah. Okay. So this is the traditional way of execution that doesn't involve, it didn't involve the enemy. Okay, so this is, I most likely think that everybody learning this, and I think this part, everybody also doesn't really know how to use this. This is a traditional way. Okay, yeah. Ken was saying regarding Asker enemy ATC, which pillar should we base on? Of course, normally we just set the rules with the sectors that we sit down. Normally. Okay. But when you are, let's just say, high level, you're very good with achievement, and you know how to use a focus point for the enemy. Like I tell you just now, the zhuge method. You know how to find the focus point of the enemy, and the enemy is basically executing or activating the energy inside that palace. Straight away, that is the palace representative. So you require a lot of practice, knowledge, and intuitions to realize that what is the bad thing about this. Okay? Yeah. So after you learn this, yeah, so Qimen is what also can. I'm going to tell you in that part. Qimen is what also can. As long as you can identify, this is the highest level. It's like you're the advisor looking into the wall, and you are able to pinpoint they belong to these sectors. You can use the chart to attack them. Means that the chart itself will tell you, oh, they belong to wood. They're afraid of metal. So which metal is actually good to use? Which sector? Northwest or west? Which one brings more direct attack? Which one is more indirect attack? So then you will be able to attack the person using just what I call a forecast method in strategic execution. So we reverse the usage. Open a chart, identify them. Now we forecast what is it can attack them. Highest level, yeah, I would say they will be really like a war advisor, like a zhuge. I also teach this in zhuge class, yeah. I'm not sure you guys remember that. Okay. I'm not sure you guys remember that or not, yeah. I hope you guys remember. Yeah. So traditional type of execution is either seated positions and back face directions. You can also include moving towards a directions, or you as what we call the small tai chi. Okay. Yeah, Priscilla, you just know me that time. Okay, I just finished teaching that time. And then sector positioning. So this is the normal one that you guys learn in strategic execution, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. So what is seated? Seated positions is this. This is called seated positions that you use your table. Like just now, Gigi was actually asking about, oh, how about a meeting? And you got a long table. You got a long table, and then you're going to pick the center point as the compass, and then you're going to draw the box and see where are you. Yeah. So if you realize that that day, the energy of your boss seated location is extremely powerful, that is a day that you cannot win against your boss. Yeah. So normally you have to be you have to plan ahead. You cannot just suddenly just open chart unless you are quite good with Qimen. Okay, unless you're quite good with Qimen, yeah. So you will be plan ahead. Okay, this hour is gonna meeting like this. Is gonna start this hour meeting. I'm gonna say that this is gonna be the Qimen chart. So we're gonna use this Qimen chart. Okay, and then you look into the Qimen chart. Which of it is good? And then you sit there. Okay, to protect yourself, to escape danger. Okay, to escape the shooting of whatever problem that your other colleague makes. You get into a very big issue and you want to escape from the situation. right? So they got what? Delusion door. Maybe they got you can use the other related component like the earth dune to escape, like an earth fate to escape. Okay. Or that day, just so nice. You can sit with the chief. You're gonna be more powerful than anybody in a chart. Okay, in that particular meeting room. Yeah, this is what we call seated positions. How to use the seated? Normally we just use the table. The table, yeah. So you got rectangle table, you got square table, you got round shape, you got oval shape. Okay, doesn't matter. Where is the center point? Okay. And then you're gonna do what? You're gonna do maybe line grid of all this. Then you will know that okay, this sector belong to who, this sector belong to who is gonna get shit that day, and how you're gonna get avoid of the problem. Yeah. So I'm talking about avoiding problem. Yeah. So you can also use this day, like let's say example that this day you're gonna do a planning a proposal. Yeah. You're gonna use example, another example, yeah. So you're going to do a sales talk standing on the stage. Okay, standing on the stage, yeah. So your stage can also be 9 boxes. Nobody can control you. You stand here, stand here, stand here, stand here, here, or here. Nobody can control you, right? You just need to stand in that box and do the sales talk. That is called strategic execution. Okay. Any questions with that? This first of the normal way that we use, yeah? Not the one that I talk about. Everybody? Yeah? Does it work in a Zoom meeting? Zoom meeting, then you only can backface. Okay? Strategic execution, it is way better to have a face-to-face meeting, talk. It will be very good. So if you got any urgent things, right? Let's just say you're always in Zoom meeting, just one day you got these urgent things that you know that's gonna be turned into problem. No choice, oh. Ask the boss, I want to do a face-to-face meeting. Okay? Yeah? So Rina was saying that if you want to remain invincible, what do you use? DE. You're totally gone from the chart. So the DE can be used in that way. But I'm not gonna answer that. Okay? Yeah. DE have two things because it might backfire. It might backfire because it's either that you completely invincible, like totally gone, nobody gonna attack you, cannot attack you. And the other part is you're gonna be having the attack, unlimited attack. There's no way to shoot, only shoot you. Okay, Ken, yeah? Yeah. So Ken was actually forecasting times is the time we are going to present. Yeah. So that is the timing that you basically do the date selection. Okay, do the date selections, open the chart, and understand the sectors. It's like really like an advisor, the war advisor. You need to understand your battlefield, your battleground, right? It's like understand the terrain. So this terrain is good to set trap. That terrain is gonna be things, right? Okay. Robert is asking, what is the table is U-shaped? Yeah, you will still get the center point. L shape, U shape, you still get the center point. Okay. What if when open chart is Fan Yin chart? Then use the same way that as you explained. Leo, you can still do that. So if you understand Fan Yin, most likely you can utilize it to fight back. Fan Yin is most likely to turn things around. Yeah. The situations like this, very bad. When you have a Fan Yin chart, you completely flip the entire situation. It doesn't mean Fan Yin cannot use, yeah. probably Fu Yin is advised not to use. Fu Yin is good to use on circumstances to calm down everyone. So in strategic executions, you just need to know what is the component and how to use the component. Right? Like just how I said that use DE. You want your competitor totally missing, not recognized by the authority or the person. Of course, you're going to put the person in DE. He's not going to be there. Nobody going to recognize him, yeah? Okay? That is the interesting part of Qimen. This part is the interesting part. Good? Understand? Okay, next. Fun things to talk about. This is where back-facing directions. Okay? Back-facing directions. So this one is a normal thing. You manifest, you're gonna back-face. Okay, let's just use the concept of empower. Empower means that now your abundance of energies, yeah? When you are doing this, like let's just say just now the table positioning, you seated of a place means that your authority, your power is gonna increase and nobody can win over against you. Okay, so when you back face, it's the same method. So when you're back facing that directions, you're gonna be supported by the directions. Okay, yeah. The most powerful way of usage is to combine everything. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. Combine everything. So you're going to be in that sectors, you're going to back face the directions. You need to know that your sectors in the room is there. And you're going to face everybody else. Everybody else is not the chief. You are the chief. Everybody facing you as a chief. And then you're going to control everyone in the room. The true king. Maybe it's to say it that way. Yeah? So Zenny was asking, what are we going to use the hour chart or day chart or month chart or even year chart? You can do that, you know? You can actually do that. So the month chart and the year chart, then it become a feng shui related application. Yeah. The hour chart is the immediately that is certain clients come to you. You're going to directly talk about deals, talk about lowering the price, talk about making contract and everything. It's a very short moment of discussions. Then you use the hour chart. Is it gonna be a one-day thing? It's gonna be exploring, talking like in legal and court case. It's way better to use a day chart. Okay, so you are the one who decide. So, but we Qimen practitioner most likely we will look into our chart because our is more flexible. Okay, our is really like most flexible. Okay, yeah, can use restaurant. Yes, yeah. So, Elvin is saying talking about chart showing Jade Maiden but have Death Door. Could we still use to backface that directions? Actually, if there is no for harm, you can. Yeah. That's why I say the regulations that I talk about is a for harm. The for harm is gonna be killing the sectors and it cannot be sustained and it's a weak sectors and you sitting there is actually still good. Okay? Yeah. So this is back facing. Normally the things that you guys learn. And then another one, this is this one. This is the one that most confusing to everyone to use. Nobody understands this part. Okay, after 4 years, that I learned this, a lot of people still don't understand this. Okay, so let us say example that this is a chart. This is the northeast is the good sectors. It's a very good sectors, yeah. Northeast is a very, very good sectors. So when you're marching forward, you're moving forward, you are coming from, okay, you're coming from, when you're marching forward, you basically building that energies, okay, building the energies. Building the energies means that you're now bringing you're marching forward is that you accumulate the energies, okay, based on the distance that you have, that if this is a jade median, this jade median is going to be increasing every meters that you take until that you reach the place, the endpoint. Okay? Until that you reach the endpoint. So it is still talking about you basically is in abundance of energies. Okay? You basically is in the abundance of energy that you march forward. Yeah? Strategy execution. Yeah? So a lot of people don't understand is, I thought that in Qimen manifest, we need to back face. Shouldn't we move back face directions like that? Okay. Shouldn't we back face at the directions? We should not go into these directions when we're moving towards. No. Where is the direct sectors? Where is a good place? That's what it means southwest. You need to move southwest until that you reach that destination. Okay. You need to move forward to southwest until that you reach the destination. Okay. So this one is very good for what? Interview, court case. Court case you cannot choose, right? You're going to go for making discussions with somebody, contractors, making partnership, collaborations. Yeah. Then this will be a very good energies to have. Yeah, this is a very good one to have, yeah, because you're moving forward to a building. Okay. So what a different effect between most likely is inauspicious, but DE got a very good thing. Straight away, it's not going to be that. Okay. Can you go to interview where you have no control, where you sit for an interview? Yes, that is the things to use. Yeah. Yeah. Now you understand why I tell you that this coming the 23rd day, the 23rd, I asked you to go and buy lottery. And I purposely ask you that from your house, you're going to pick the west sector and find the lottery shop. Do you understand? So that is actually part of strategy execution. Okay. So what we're saying that we use our chart. You can use our chart if you'll be able to do that. You can use our chart. Mean that you need to move between the hour, reach the place. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't saying it's northwest. Is it northwest? Okay, it's northwest. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you can use our chart. You can also use the day chart. Yeah, if you suspect that that interview is gonna be long, because nowadays interview is like crazily long. So you need to meet the person who hiring you. Hiring then go upper manager goes director goes CEO, that kind of situations. Possible you're going to sometime a chance of you're going to stay in the whole office meeting all these people is actually there. Then you're going to use the day chart. You got no choice. Okay, but there is a saying that the energy that you start off, that particular hour that you start off, yeah, you are already taking that energies. Okay, there's a saying like that. So you can use hour, you can also use the day chart. Both way is workable. Okay, yeah, both way is workable. Yeah, okay. Now, any more questions? Do you want to know something very powerful with this? I said I'm gonna share some secret technique, right? I say I gotta share secret technique, right? Yeah. So let me give you what I call how to you have to put a word for that. You need to group different people together. Let's just say example that you're going to make a deal or this is a court case, and you want to ensure that you are always being supported by energies by the whole day, and you want to ensure that you actually can do that, yeah. Yeah. So in Art of War, in a war campaign, they got this called surrounded attack. What is called surrounded attack means that this okay. I don't know how to draw this. This page is not easy to draw. Okay. Let's just use this, yeah. Let's just use this. So imagine that this center point is the locations and set the place of meeting, the place that you make deal, or this is the court case, a legal battle that you require the winning energies so much more, right? You're gonna create different group of party. You're gonna create different group of party, and each of this group of party have something that is belong to you, like document, like money, like your resume. Okay, each one of these, yeah, is gonna have this particular documentations and stuff that belong to you. They can also bring you food. They can also bring you drinks. They can also bring you any resources that you need. Yeah. So in that particular chart, you're gonna be having a few directions one day that's gonna be good. A few directions one day is gonna be good, yeah. So you're gonna use that day the most powerful direction first. Okay, most powerful direction first, yeah. Example like this. Okay, this chart cannot pakai. See any other good chart? So many fall harm every day. Yeah, okay. Yeah, use this one, yeah. Okay. So you got one directions is going to south. This is south, going south. You got one direction is going west. No forehand, yeah. Just the forehand is very important nowadays for me. Okay. One direction is going to be northwest. Yeah. So you can also use the southwest because they look very good. Yeah. So you at the center point, of course, you're going to be staying at the north location, moving to south to attend maybe the dealing, the sales. You can basically do that, moving to south, yeah. And then you're gonna be having your friends or your family going to bring different type of maybe resources to you based on other sectors. Okay, yeah. So going to south, then of course you're gonna be having your friends. This friend is going to move into southwest, meeting you in this place. This is called in the war, they call what surrounded attack. Mean that they just surround you and attack you in different angle. Yeah. And then of course you can also ask one person to come from the west, bringing different thing for you. So the marching of army, this is what we call the true marching of army. Yeah. So some of you guys are businessmen, right? Some of you guys got certain deals is very hard to close. Certain partnership that's very hard to close. Certain collaborations that you want it to happen for so long. You can try this kind of method because you got an office, you got a lot of people around you. You just need to order the person, stay at that sectors. I'm going to buy you breakfast there. When I call you to come, you come from that particular sector, come to this place and pass me the document. Is it understandable, everyone? Yeah? Is it understandable? Yeah. Second was saying which method is most successful. Strategic execution is a technique. It's a technique, yeah? Okay. So it doesn't have but what did I share with you is the most powerful one. Okay. Tejo was actually asking. So the simplest layman concept is the center point is the directions that you move into. Okay. So if you saw that your chart, the south is better, you're gonna move from the south, go into the building. So you bring one power yourself. Normal strategy execution. Then you arrange another friend or colleague or family member to go from the northeast, go to southwest, go into these sectors, this is building, to pass you any resources and documentations or whatever that is passing to you. Huh? So they're going to be there to push your energy higher, right? And then you can also arrange another one coming from east, go to west, gonna end in this place. Again, this building to pass you the power, to push you to become the strongest power in that force to win against the other party. Okay? This is crazy strategy execution. Yeah? So there's a movement in the specific directions that activate the energy. Yes. So it doesn't really care whether there is a zigzag or not. Yeah? So people also ask me that kind of questions. They also ask me that kind of questions. Huh? I cannot move. My road is only going to point south. My road is going to point north. It doesn't matter as long as your endpoint. Endpoint. So you are here, you're gonna walk like this, like this. Then you're gonna end this, right? Yeah. Or you're a little bit of itchy part, you know. Then you're gonna walk like this. Okay. You still gonna be ended on the northeast sectors. So it doesn't matter that you take a U-turn and everything, it doesn't matter. As long as from your original place towards the direct point, kind of ended on the good sectors. Okay, yeah. Then maybe you'll be asking me, how far apart? If you are walking, is 100 meters. If you are driving car, is 1 km. You have a transportation. Okay, so sometimes you find this very difficult. I'm not staying that side. Correct? You can go to that opposite direction, stay there at least 30 minutes to calm down your energies, and you can start moving forward. It will bring the same effect. So normally I would tell the person that go there, take breakfast, go there, take lunch, go there, take dinner. Because it's going to be more than 30 minutes. Sit down, order, drink, think a little bit about stuff. It's already 30 minutes. Okay? Yeah? Because is there any chance not to succeed? Or why is it not succeed in getting the deal with this strategic action technique? Of course, it's going to be boosting you the chances of you're not getting it, maybe is the other party energy is higher than you. They're not weak. Okay, chances will actually be that. There's metaphysical explanation. Logical explanations means you're not ready yet. Yeah. One of the things that people don't realize using Qimen, yeah, is you need to be as strong, as talented, as the greatest, most prepared, having all the resources. You're going to use Qimen very well. Want to manifest anything, get anything. But if you are weak, you are not prepared, you doesn't have enough of knowledge of whatever that you're doing, you're gonna have more failure than success in using Qimen. Why? Because Qimen is an art of war tools. You need to be the general. So if you're not the general, it's very hard to use Qimen. Yeah. So prepare yourself first. That is the utmost things. Yeah. Prepare yourself first. Yeah. Okay. Let's say the boss need to be there first. Yes. Let's say good direction is northeast. So when I leave my house on the hour chart, we estimate we'll arrive, since our chart change every 2 hours. Yes, Leong. Okay, just shift, yeah. This is a real answer, yeah. So if the hour start, you need to arrive before the hour will be best. Tay, let's say good directions is northeast. When I leave my house, I must walk towards the directions, which is the northeast. Yes. So your endpoint need to be there. It doesn't matter what route that you take. Yeah, that's why I say this is the hardest thing for people to uh, understand. Yeah? Everybody coming, how to use that? Very hard to explain. Actually, I don't know, is it hard or how? Okay, good with this. Yeah, so in strategic execution is always about this field technique. Yeah, in case interview in 11, but travel during 9 to 11, which is the different hour chart, which chart to use? You can use the 9 to 11 to have that, if that is the only good chart you have. Okay, if not, then you're going to use the hour chart. Yeah, for meeting more than 2 hours, better take the day chart. Yes. Okay, good. Yeah. Then this is another type of a positioning. Okay, so all of these never involve, all of this technique never talk about the enemy. And it's just you become the general and controlling the situation. That's it. Okay, it's like that, only like that. Okay, so Vina is talking, do you start moving to the directions the start of the 2 hour? The starting is most important. Okay, if you can reach before within the 2 hours, it will be the best. It will be the best. Okay, yeah, unless that you're going to go there a bit, because your starting point of energy, the moving of the energy, is the activations of the chart. Okay, yeah, these moving directions can also be used to help your friends who are in low energies. Okay, your friends who are in low energies, to take a walk to the chief directions every day. Go to maybe a temple, maybe a park, maybe a highly energy place. Okay, you can plan to do like that. Yeah, you can also help the person to bring the energy back. It doesn't always, because some people just cannot back face. They're already in problem. They cannot back face. Then this is one of the way to help them. Okay, one of the way to help them, yeah, so that you can bring them every day, see where is a good sectors, directions, go into that. Yeah, Leong was saying that combining. That's why I'm telling you, the best version is combining. The best version is combining. Because strategic execution is like a person like Zhuge Liang like that, looking into the situations. Okay, what is happening now? Where should we attack? What is the highest level? What is the opponent is doing? Let's use that to attack the person. Okay? Yeah, isn't that's very interesting? You look at the strategic execution, it's like, oh, you bring back the your memory, looking into how everybody was in the war at that time. Okay, yeah. This center positioning is to aware where is the weakness to attack. Okay, this part, yeah, center positioning is to understand that where is the place to attack. Yeah, so means that when you go to a place, okay, yeah, can case studies. Obviously, you cannot. That was my secret technique. I cannot share that. It didn't combine one thing. I combined a lot of things. Obviously, I cannot share that. Yeah. So from this chart, we could sit in good locations comparing as boss as a small Tai Chi as well. Yes. Okay. You can do that, yeah. So this is the what I call the basic of strategic execution. Later you're gonna combine it to do all these things. Okay, you're gonna combine it. Yeah. Can we move towards the chief everyday according to the positions of our destiny chart? Probably no. Probably no. The best one is the day chart. Okay, if you want to help yourself and stuff like that, every day take a walk. Go into good sectors, good place that's having good energy place. Maybe it's a church. Maybe it's it can be other place that is actually good. Yeah, park, mountain, river. Yeah, just don't pick waterfall. River is still quite good. Okay, you can basically do that. Yeah, okay. So this center point is to know where and who you can attack. So most of the time we use this to look into the 5 non-attacking component, which is the chief sectors, chief directions, the 9 heaven directions. Okay, so this is most likely the things that we normally like to do, yeah? We normally like to avoid. So when we seated, we don't try to attack all these people because all these people we're going to cause, they will be a bit more powerful. Okay, you just want to attack the weakest point. Yeah, so your center point will then let you realize that whether that you can attack the person or not. So the 5 non-striking, number 1 is chief. Number 2 is heaven, which is 9 heaven. Number 3 is the 9 earth. And then you will get the live door that you cannot attack. And the lastly is the envoy door that you cannot attack in Qimen. Yeah. So once that you know that the non-attacking part, you will then know that you're going to have a place to attack, which is out of these 5 palaces. What does that mean by attacking? There will be the questions, right? What do you mean attack? How is he going to attack the person? It means that if you are doing investigation in a company, you're doing investigation in a company, and you are sitting there, or you are interviewing somebody, you are investigating, you are interview some people, yeah? And then you want to know who is the one that's gonna spit out the secret. So you're gonna sit in a room, standing there, open a chart, and then look who around you that is weaker, and is it in a chart, is in the positions that you can attack. Yeah. So this method was also used to read universe message. Okay, this method also used for read universe message. So it was used to stand in the middle or stand in a certain positions to find where is the weakness on your investigation. So there will be a pile of documents around you, and then you want to pinpoint which is the place. It's gonna give you some form like a lead towards that investigation. So this is what we call attack. To find the weakness of the person to attack. Okay? Yeah. So of course, this also can be used in a boxing situation, fighting somebody situation. Okay? Tournament, competitions. Yeah, you can apply this. You can apply this in even soccer, football. Yeah, but that one is very intelligent, huh? I don't think you're gonna go into that level. I'm just telling you the example of it. How can you apply this one? Okay, yeah, you can actually apply in that way. So let us say the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper, you look into the goalkeeper at the Tai Chi point. Okay, you as a you as a Tai Chi point. You're taking the ball, or you're the coach on the side. You then ask your players, the member of the footballer, to attack on the goalkeeper right side because that is the weak point. Yeah. So when I tell you like this, you find it amazing or what? Or you find it nonsense? Come. Time 2, you find it nonsense. Good tools. Okay. Understand, yeah? So that's why you have to know positioning. This is what we call positioning, where you want to position yourself. Where is it you can attack? So Qimen can be this kind of application, immediate application. Okay, immediate application. Yeah, yeah. High probabilities. Yes. Okay. Now, next one. Could apply to investigate if staff cheating. Actually can. You can, yeah. You can put pressure, yeah. So that's why Qimen is an RO. You can put pressure to the other party. Yeah. Leung was saying have success experience backing chief. Yes, there's one of the way to do that. Okay. Can apply the house feng shui tool to find problematic chi area to improve on. Actually, yes. Actually, yes, achievement is all rounded. Okay. Yeah. Second was saying which directions could give pressure, just the chief from. In Qimen, yeah, the chief is the winner. Nobody can fight against you, no matter what you do. Yeah, that's why you try to prevent. We try to when we set up the things, right? So you might not be able to use everything, like I say right now. You might not be. You just one by one. One by one. Okay. Yeah. Jackson is asking, is that karma when we activate and use treatment energies? Probably will not be. Will not be. The person actually like just take the bad energies. Okay. Probably will not be. Yeah. Of course, you don't try to go and do something bad, no. It's your intentions that create the karma. So if you feel like when you want to win over the other party, if you use it to attack people and then you yourself have bad intention, you are the person who created the karma. Okay? But you're using it just to help yourself. Yeah? You're using it just to help yourself. Then it's not going to be a bad thing. Correct? The tools. This is what we call Qimen, is the tools. Yeah? The tools. What kind of intentions that you put in, you are the one who are using it. So is it going to cause karma? Is because you are trying to do it in the wrong place. Okay? You're trying to do it in the wrong place. Yeah. That's why I say, I tell you directly, right? Just now, I say you use Qimen, you need to become the general first. You must have enough resource, control, power. It is not because of you trying to make things and bend things towards you. You're weak. They're not bend things over you. You're the one creating problem. Okay? So you can backlash, yeah? It's an instant karma. Yeah. But for me, I would tell you that it's a tools to use. Your intentions must be good. Okay? Yeah. What makes treatment not successful even the person's already moved towards that directions? I think for sure you're asking this for second time, right? The same thing I'm going to tell you. You're not prepared enough. You're not prepared enough. Okay? Like just how I answering Jason. Is the general. You yourself are not prepared enough. Not ready enough. That's why it's not going to work for you. So you already prepare everything, yeah, right, and stuff like that, right? You go to court case, you know that you are the problem, not the other person problem. There's an unjust happen, correct? So you're already in the all prepared mode. You are the general already. You're gonna win that, okay? And then you're doing bad thing, yeah. You're gonna use this, yeah. It's gonna be slap you in the back. You deserve the slap, you know. Okay, yeah. Ken was saying that if nothing turns around, should still go ahead for Fan Yin chart. If nothing turns around. Normally when you use Fan Yin is because this kind of situation is too bad. And you want to flip the other side. Okay? Flip the other side. Yeah? Okay? Priscilla. Priscilla, now you know why I keep on saying that build yourself, growth is very important, mindset very important. Now you know why, right? So the more that you build yourself, the more better you use achievement. Okay? And you use it to help people, not to use it to sabo somebody. That would be good. Okay? Hi, Joseph. Yeah. So this is almost the same. Sector positioning is like just now I'm telling you. The table now become the room. Okay? The table now become the room. It can also be in that way. So use whatever that you can. Yeah. Then, wow, so many technique. Yeah. Then Bashir will ask, how to make this happen? Your intention is the most important. Okay? Your intention is the most important. So if this is the only thing you can do, that is the things that you do, and you go ahead with it. Yeah. If you can do everything and you feel so much better to combine everything, go ahead with it. If you go into a place and you cannot do something, and some of the things limited, restricted, then only this part, just do this part. You're not going to do everything else. Okay, good. So the sector is like the table, move in the room. Yeah, use whichever convenient to you at the time. When you know that you need support, okay, you need to remind yourself to use it. A lot of people who learn metaphysics, they forget. They learn, but they don't know how to react. Correct? So what kind of manifestation you need? What kind of manifestation you need? You need to manifest and tell yourself to have subconscious mind that every time that there's a need of using of metaphysics, like Qimen, Ba or Feng Shui, I will get the intuitions to use it. I'm gonna get a calling to use it. Yeah. If intention is most important to everybody, see different result. Yeah. Only those highly aware, focused, and yet fully prepared has because yes, Priscilla. Okay. The more that you understand what you're trying to do, the stronger the percentage is. Some of you guys already experienced it in Singapore, the tobacco. Correct? The more that you understand it, the more stronger it will become. Yeah, the more ideas that you have it. So if you just learn the normal things and stuff like that, normal things, stuff like that, then you don't have the intention. Even manifesting, you know, you do manifestations, you're gonna do all these meditations. Is how much that you get used to it, how much that you practice. Can I say like that? That you sit down at the beginning, you can't even imagine what is money. I know some of you like that. You can't even imagine what is money. How that I can feel money? I cannot. First cannot. Then you continuously doing it. Then one day you feel like when you make a command, you can really see yourself getting the money and stuff like that. Right? It's a practice. So the more that you learn, practice, your mind, especially your mind, it's gonna be get clearer, or it'll be clearer day by day, time to time. And one day you just sit down that it's just like a snap of finger. Okay? Good, yeah? Now, the last one. This is the super positioning. Okay? This is a super positioning. Means that there is certain element in the chart that can win against another element. There is certain element in the chart that have combinations with other element. Now, this one I have to learn a bit more deeper to understand. Okay, learn more deeper to understand. What is the opposite? What is the deity and stuff like that? Who is the most winner, which is related to 5 non-striking. Okay, some of this is gonna be inside your forecast. Okay, it's based on energies. Yeah? So some of this is gonna be good inside the chart. So this is where the 4 hum that I was talking about. So maybe Yeet Wood landed on the northwest, the energy is weaker. Okay, energy is weaker. So then it's not gonna be strong. Yeah, so this is about the chart, about the component inside. Yeah, so this is the things that talking about. Okay, now until now, any questions before we move on? Yeah. Okay, this is any questions before we move on? You guys enough to ask that questions? Yeah, are you guys enough? More please tomorrow. Does a Qian Gua have any effect? Of course they will have. Okay, of course it will have. Depends on what you are trying to do. Correct. So maybe I have to skip this. Yeah, let's just straight away talk about the positioning. Today let's settle the positioning. I think we'll be better in that way. Yeah. Hmm. Because this is actually forbidden technique. If you guys know, yeah. Randy will say we share recording. Yes, it's gonna be uploaded in YouTube later on for this part. Okay. Yeah. So after that, you learn all that, and you gotta know that we use the same concept. I just explain it using the same concept again. Yeah. So seated position is like okay, one place is gonna be a bad place. You're gonna have a foreham, you're gonna have a gun, you're gonna have a run. People like to use that, yeah. So in Qimen, there's one technique called the white geng method. The white geng method. Okay. So this indicates that all relationship with this geng is gonna have a problem. It's called white geng method. Okay, platina. What is platina? Okay. So when you look into that, then you will realize that all the geng position is bad. And it's actually being recorded that putting a person in a geng is already bad enough. So this is a shortcut. Yeah. Your seated positions is going to be having somebody seated on the bad sectors. That's it. So you're going to do like a grid box, like the table. So you're going to pick a place that you see that's good. And then you're going to pick a place that the opponent that is bad. Okay, seated position. Yeah. So if seated position is not enough, then you try to make the person back face the directions. So same way. Whatever that you do to yourself that is good, you're gonna do to the opponent as well, the enemy as well. So example that this person owe you money. The best thing is somebody owing you something. I think that is the best way to use it. Please don't use it to harm people and try to manipulate somebody. That is your own karma. I'm just giving you this technique that sometimes people owe you money, they are really fighting with you, retaliate over you. It was supposed to be the things belong to you. I know that some of you guys is gonna be thinking that everybody own you thing. Just make sure it's a bit general. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Some people will actually have that kind of concept. Okay. But I just want to tell you that try not to harm. That's the thing, trying to harm. Putting that in their position is to having a more smooth conversations with the person, having more allow the person to see more things, make the better decisions at that time, that he already in a bad situations, he is not or she is not making the right choice, right? The person owing you money is trying to fight against you to show up. Correct. So you're going to do that to get back what you have. Try not to harm people. Yeah. Out of war, of course, I tell you, everyone is enemy. There's no compassionate with it. Okay. Yeah. Then, is there a scenario that need to put oneself at a bad positions? Ken, when you're fighting with your wife, you're gonna let your wife win, right? Okay. You're gonna let your wife win. So you put yourself in a bad position. Yeah, you win. Okay? Yeah. I don't think you're gonna have any situations you're gonna put yourself in that sense. Most likely will not. So most of the time, when you use this kind of method, is because the other party is a bit more attacking, more aggressive, and you're trying to conquer and overcome this person, right? I know you guys got all these kind of situations happen in your life. Yeah, people just treat you, mistreat you, and stuff like that. Yeah, this is who you're gonna use it for. Okay, take back what is yours. Yeah, so seated position is gonna be that way. Back facing, this is also the way that you put your enemy at. Moving towards this is a little bit hard, but it doesn't mean it's gonna be no way to use this. Okay, very bad, yeah. So the way that I'm gonna tell you is very bad. So just take it as it is. So the building got seated position. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? The building got sitting positions. Correct? So you look into the Google map, look into the seated positions of that, and then you just That's it. There's the seated positions. You can also use that kind of way. That's why you have to be very familiar with Qimen chart. So the easiest one that you can do is pick a formation and look into the sectors that they are bad with. Okay, yeah. The moving position is conducting an event. Can use the same method on the event there. Can, okay, you can, yeah. So if I say the building can have a seated position, you can also make sure that the building are seated on the good sectors. So you plot the chart, seated positions. Yeah. Sandy was saying that always back face. Yeah, for the building is always seated position. Yeah, this is the interesting part. Strategy execution to the max. Yeah. Then okay, you can use the event method. I think I talked about this in my achievement year class. This technique I talked about in the achievement year class. If you're running an event, you're gonna have a lot of speaker. Okay, running event, you're gonna have a lot of speaker. Yeah, so you try to arrange a speaker come in different timing with different achievement chart. You're gonna boost the event with stronger energies. Okay, yeah. That's what I can tell you is the intention is always the most important. Intention. Yeah. Always chart, always sit back face. It doesn't mean hour chart. It can be day chart, month chart, everything. It can be in that sense as well. Yeah, you're trying to boost the energies. Yeah, so event you can do that. I think a lot of you guys are having event, gathering event, networking event, all sort of type of a study event. You can also use this as an art of war to boost the energies. Okay. Paul, later that the YouTube we're gonna I'm gonna upload it in YouTube later on. I'm gonna post it up, yeah. Okay, yeah. Then this is the centering positioning. Of course, this one is good for event as well. Event as well, yeah. So you can, if you do bidding of house, you go to bidding, you go for bidding for house, like all these how to say, all these what in Malaysia we call it lelong house. Auctions, yes. You go for bidding, make sure that you sit on a good place, your enemy put in a bad place. Yeah. You go for auctions, you can also use the moving towards directions. Remember that, yeah? So we intention which house that you want. Okay. Len was saying if you know birthday chart, Len, don't go into that path, yeah? It's gonna be very bad. That's the worst of the worst questions that I get. But I have to answer you. Please don't do that. Okay. So that's one of the reasons that people are saying that do not share your birthday chart to people. One of the reasons. Okay. Yeah. That one is very bad. Honest. Everybody remember, don't do that. I warn you. Yeah. Your problem, not my problem. Yeah. Okay. That one you build karma, not me. Okay. Yeah. Options online, you can only backface. Yeah. So the most enemy positioning is this. This is the most enemy positioning that you should do. Okay. So next time, when you're going to talk with you're a salesman, I teach you a shortcut for this. If you're a salesperson, you're doing insurance, you're doing property agent, you're going to have a sales stores, you're doing MLM marketing, you want to talk to a person, and you want the person to support you, buy something from you. It's very easy. Just sit on the left side of the person. Shortcut, yeah? Strategy execution. This is 101. Okay. The most shortcut. So according to the Lawsuit chart, it's always what we call clockwise cycle. Okay. According to Lawsuit chart, yeah? Yeah. So the timing like rat go into what? Ox go into tiger, rabbit, dragon, snake. Correct? So you're gonna be a clockwise is gonna happening. So because of that, it's always good to sit on the left side of your the friend. Okay, the person, the buyer. Never sit. Okay, this is actually technique, technique. And it's proven, if you guys don't know, it's actually psychologically proven that when you sit beside left side, you get more chances to have talk. Okay, if you sit side by side, that is called if you sit side by side, that is called same element. And most of the time, side by side is seated for couple. Okay, or family member. So this is shortcut, yeah. This is basically a shortcut. I'll just give you a shortcut that in actual world is gonna happen in that way. Yeah. If you see face to face means that in one table, the person is facing to facing. That is probably the countering effect. So you always have one higher and one lower. Okay. The opponent left. The opponent left, yeah. So you try to make the person sit on your left side all the time. You're gonna get benefit. This is one of the. It's also the Qimen, yeah, the victim left. It's always the Qimen application actually. Okay, you want to have a connections with somebody. Like let's just say next time you go out, you are interested with somebody. Okay, you're interested with somebody. This female you're interested. Try to sit beside the person, means same row, beside. Is on the left as well. Don't sit on the right. Okay, must be on the left side, yeah? Yeah, the enemy left side is your right, yes. Okay, so in any situations, any conversations, anything you do, right, you will find weird that the person will a little bit more resourceful to you, means helping you in a sense of that. Right? So next time when you go out to have a talk, like let's just say property agent, insurance, you're doing MLM businesses and required to talk to sales, try not to sit face to face. Okay, Paul will say very tired, sit side by side. Yeah. So it depends on you want to use or not. Very weird to sit side by side. Depends on you, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sitting on the left side, it does not matter what the element in the palace is. Yeah, this is shortcut. You don't need to think about it. This is basically shortcut. A shortcut. Yeah, you can find a round table. No need to use a square. Yes. So this is you. Okay. This is you, yeah. You have to realize that, yeah. You have to realize that because LY was talking about this, right? You have to realize that. So your boss is always sitting in the middle. Then you find that always his left side is gonna get all the benefit. The right side is always argument. Even in movie, we see that almost all the time. If you realize, yeah, even in movie, you will see that all the time. Okay? Yeah, that's sort of the person you're talking to. Yes. So it's proven psychology, yeah. Proven psychology. It's not, I'm just telling you this. You can search around. there were people actually tell you that psychologically that the person sitting in front of you it feel like confrontational. It's like attacking type, a bit aggressive, yeah. So it is hard to get into talk, face-to-face talk. Okay, yeah. Suppose if you use hexagram to manifest the actions, it is not talking about that, yeah. So I'm not gonna talk about that. Reject the questions. I'm the boss, then I must stand most left so that no one can behind me at left side. Yeah. So when you want your subordinates to work for you, you want your subordinate to work for you, right? They're gonna be producing to you. They're not fighting with you. When you talk to them, of course, you put them on your right side, no? Correct or not? Boss better back to corner. Okay, just put my bed on the right side. Let's see. Yeah. So that's how they actually use this. Yeah. So one of the shortcut to understand the palaces. Okay, one of the shortcut. Sending say put husband on the right side. Correct. You can do that as well. Yeah. So there's a saying, there's a saying. If you have a couple relationship, husband and wife, yeah, and one day your husband start to sit in front of you or your wife start to sit in front of you, it's a sign of relationship is not good. Okay? So you want to build good relationship? What do you want to do? Sit side by side. Understand that? Just give you some tips that Qimen have a very big similarity in that. Okay? Dining table. Okay. You will realize that, you will actually realize that if the person sits in front of you, yeah, they're gonna protect their energy, you're gonna protect your energy, nobody's gonna make any influence with each other, we're gonna fight each other, that's it. That's the indication. Okay? Yeah. So you're gonna use that as reference location and sectors when you open a achievement chart. Understand that, yeah? You're gonna use that as a reference to use it on the achievement chart. Yeah. How is it Zoom? Zoom, you can only just backface, you cannot do anything. Okay, which method works better for job interview? Cheryl is either moving towards back facing, it will be best. Okay, because you cannot choose the what do we say, the office place, yeah. You cannot choose anything with that. Okay, done. Have fun with this. Okay, I want to talk until this part. I'm not going to talk until next month. Okay. Here, do you sit if you go and ask for a loan? Moving directions. Okay, moving directions, yeah. Okay. So, what does the board actually have to do with this? Actually, I didn't really talk about the board this time. I want to talk about the applications of it. Because we always backface, manifest. You didn't fully utilize the board. Okay, we didn't fully utilize the board. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about another type of strategy executions. Not tomorrow, Thursday. I'm going to talk about another type of strategic executions. Okay, then it's gonna be relate to date selections as well. Yeah, relate to date selections. Yeah, so that is supposed to be a class related content. I just share tiny portion of it. I want to maintain it to become my secret thing. Yeah. Okay. So now you guys, if you look into the board, because I'm actually talking about this to sell the board as well. Okay, I'm talking about this to sell my board as well. So I'm going to talk a bit more about my board. Yeah. So everyone is going to be having, because you guys going to be having the free version that you only can have this 6 battalion. You're only going to have this 6 battalion. Correct? Yeah. And a free version doesn't have the 4 harm. I think doesn't have the 4 harm. Okay. But you are the one who's going to learn you are the one who's going to learn where the 4 harm actually is going to appear. And you're going to pick the chart. Yeah. So just using this 6, you will already have what I so call a good energy to support you. Okay, you're gonna have a good energy to support you. So when you open a green dragon return, so you guys, with those who are in a paid version, you can select the chart actually. You can come up with a chart, yeah. Okay, so green dragon return tomorrow, 1 to 3 p.m. Okay, 1 to 3 p.m. back face north. Yeah, so this is number 2. You click number 2, the chart will come up. Okay, so it tells you green dragon return in the north is this. Yeah. So even though is this is a green dragon return. So you will see that, okay, does it have any 4 harm beside or not? Then this one is very good to go and talk with people. Yeah, sales, talk. Somebody in your house doesn't listen to you. Somebody in the house that is too hard to handle. Okay. You got no choice. Ask the person sit beside, then we just have a talk. So you can try this, yeah. So you can try this with your friends, try this with your family to have a conversation. Yeah, because you're not gonna attack them in somehow. So have a conversation to train, to activate this and see how does it feels like. Okay, practice makes perfect. Yeah? Okay, then you'll be asking me that, oh, this chart doesn't looks really good. Yes, you got white tiger, everything. It doesn't looks really good, but you got a good formations without 4 harm. Yeah, because what you need is the 4 harm. Then you ask the person to sit beside you, and you try to arrange they can back face north first. Okay, example like one of your family member. You advise them, oh, this cannot do and stuff like that. They don't want to listen to you. Okay, they don't want to listen to you. They're not gonna have it's someone that they just feel like, oh, whatever you say is not right before. Yeah. So now you can try to use this and have a new conversations. Okay, the bot was meant to be having such a function for you. So if you know what green dragon return is, it's gonna be giving you more informations on how that you want to apply this. Right? So in here, talk about career possessions, wealth, partnership. So you can use this to have conversations with the other party. Yeah, foster positive growth, harmony with another person. Isn't this nice to talk with? So you might want to use this as a keyword as well in here. Yeah? Okay. So who will sit the back northwest? You're gonna sit on the north because that is the green dragon return. The person is gonna be northwest. The opponent or the enemy. Okay, so you can try this with anyone. Your office colleague. Your boss doesn't like to listen to you. Yeah, of course, sit side by side is a bit weird, lah, but try lah. Huh? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how that you actually use the board. Okay. You can actually use the 6 battalion. You guys have the 6 battalion for the free version. Yeah, the easiest one to use. Okay. And then you can also have the chart plotting, the current hour chart. So this one you yourself have to learn about Qimen, because this one I cannot give everything to you. Yeah, you yourself have to learn Qimen to see, oh, which is the good place and which is the bad one. So every hour chart, if you know how to find the forearm, every hour chart got certain place that is safe. You see, this current chart is very bad. Okay, the current one is very bad. Yeah, only 2 pellets survive, yeah, in the current chart. Yeah, so you can have, and you yourself, if you learn about it, yeah, you yourself have to avoid this. Yeah, so in forearm, in free version, you possibly cannot see. Okay, some of the formations is being locked down. Can. Robert saying can. Oh, good. So the current chart can see, that's good. Then it's easier to apply. So you can open the current hour chart and directly just check the forearm. So the forearm is the indications of here. This. So every current hour chart, to prevent yourself get into problem, do not be in this sector at all. Okay? Every hour chart, do not be in these sectors at all. So that you got you just every day you just have a good strategy execution. If anything, you're gonna talk, open the current hour chart, see where you are. Where is your left hand? And where is your right hand side? Allow the person to sit down. Okay. Yeah, Tay. If you see actually if you got forearm, it's not gonna be good as well. You cannot overturn it. Yeah? That's my perspective in reading chart. Okay. Yeah. Forearm means it break the palace. It's gonna cause a lot of problem. You cannot back face as well. Okay. So every time you want to talk, because this is more likely strategic execution is a communication thing, I think. Right? You're gonna have a communications, you're gonna have a talk with somebody, the other party need to make decisions, you're gonna make decisions, and you let the other party in the a bit bad sectors. They will be a bit more emotional, easily to make mistake. Okay. What if the deity is your destiny deity? It doesn't care. Yeah, this is strategy execution. We are only using the current chart, current hour chart. Unless you're forecasting for future, you want to use that chart. You want to plan ahead. Okay. This is simplest usage, right? No need to think one, right? Correct? Is it correct? Like you don't need to think, yeah, this one. You open chart, see forearm, bye-bye. Just the nice sector, and then you read, you learn certain element or being fire good, night heaven good. Okay, this is way better than others. That's it. Yeah. So what you need is the applications. That's it. What you need is an application. Okay. Yeah. So do you need to perform the activity, the component inside or not? And that is another level of usage. So I give you the big picture first. How to position yourself in a 10 that is 9 boxes, how to position yourself, yeah, and how to utilize it, like a direction thing, because you guys don't know the directions, moving forward, back face, using the table as a 9 box, you might not be knowing about that. Okay, so today we talk until this part. Yeah, now, any other questions? Having fun? I like to ask that, yeah. Because I think metaphysics is supposed to be fun learning and it's triggering your mind to look into that. Okay? Yeah. Robert is saying that will this be recorded? Yes, both of these are going to be recorded. I'm going to upload in the YouTube. It's going to be part of the board playlist so that everybody who actually buy the board have some sort of way of using it. Yeah, very fun. Okay. Any more questions? Yeah. First time, yeah, for so long. Never have 100 people actually join it. That was like a so long kind of story. I really thank you, all of you guys, for coming in, staying for so long, yeah. So I'm gonna see you guys on Thursday. Yeah, yeah. So thank you everyone. See you guys on Thursday. Okay, good night. Oops. Good night, bye.